Dear Diary, oh my. I don't know what the heck's wrong with me. It's like sometimes all I can do is dig my index finger up my nostril, roll my booger in a ball, and then proceed to aggressively flick it to the ground. Sometimes all I can do is sniff my fingers after lightly rimming my asshole. The last time this occurred, it was slightly on the rancid side, to put it mildly, so in that case I did it again. Potent scents seem to give me a great deal of pleasure. When I'm not immersed in picking my nose or smelling my ass, I enjoy sniffing my childhood blanket, whom I've cleverly named Blanky. Blanky is a boy, and I consider him to be my child. We've slept together in a spooning position every single night since I was born, literally. I'm quite fond of stroking him, sticking my fingers through his holes, and grasping him as if it was our last moment together on Earth. I haven't washed Blanky in 22 years, for fear he will lose his scent, which is sacred to me. His Majesty smells and feels so freaking good that I could die. Blanky even watches me hang out with my boyfriends in bed. In fact, that's how I can indicate that the men I date are really into me. The test is, I request that they pet him while holding dear Blanky in their arms like an infant. And every single boyfriend of mine has semi-awkwardly accepted. It's often how they've won me over. However, I haven't the best track record for choosing the right men, but that's a whole nother long, daunting, tragic chapter. Sometimes all I can do is softly tug on my quite recently grown out long pube hairs. 'Tis the longest it's ever been. In approximately 2 months' time, I've gone from baby vagina ball to woolly mammoth. It's actually sort of a metaphor for my extremities. I'm simply not having it for one reason or a million, and am quite frankly rather perplexed to announce that at this juncture I am repulsed. Any freaking mother humpin' who? After I'm all sorted out playing with my unstylish extensive pubic hairs, I then thoroughly enjoy removing my 17-hour worn foundation garments and then naturally smelling them. Long story long, I like to smell things, hopefully things that are pungent. Other activities that are sometimes the only thing I can do are playing lesbian soap opera with my Barbie pens for 12 hours straight, only stopping to be fed by my Ms. Piggy Pez dispenser while doing a bit of catching up. I'm also a big fan of having Abigail, my stuffed pink poodle, throw my beloved unicorns in the trash just so I can give myself a reason to cry before rescuing them back to safety into my delusional childlike lair. At times I often stare at a wall for several hours, wondering why on God's green earth I was not born as Christopher Walken's love child. 'Tis a pity indeed. Just FYI, Diary, I'll have you know that I am aware of the fact that the synopsis in its entirety is predominantly based on my unexplainable obsessive behaviors. I suppose my declaration is rather contradictory to the unknown, but so is everything else I say and do, so who gives a flippin' frickin' fudge? I have not nearly even began to scratch the surface while reflecting upon these pressing matters, so in that case I'll quit while I'm ahead and, scratch more objects on the surface of my body, preceded by crossing my fingers that I have the pleasure of dreaming that I am being wedged in between the late and the great B. Arthur and a make-believe hermaphrodite llama named Barnaby's sexual sandwich. Cheers and love always, Jennifer.